Greetings from the First Lady of the DC Goddess. This is Lady Moet, the beast from Southeast.
And this is DC Ty, the monster, your monster from Northeast, and welcome to
Moeham Monday, Season 2, Episode 1.
Baby, it's going down. It's going down and up and everywhere.
Won't say Cruddy New Year because it's still winter, bitches. So, as you can see, I'm frozen, he's colder, and it's bird as fuck outside. Let's get to business, Ty.
Let me break this
I do go. I live go. I was born under that flag. And it shall never die. Green hair says so.
Topics of the day, when you like to know what they are. Well, guess what? In a minute, we're going to tell y'all. Matter of fact, we're going to show y'all. You know how we do. We keep it real in D.C. We ain't from the District of Columbia. We from D.C. As you can see, there's a lot going on. But let's bring it on back to the fun side of things. This is what you missed from the Cruddy Crackers.
People
Okay. Okay, we're going live on Sing Farmcast News. Yes, we're going to talk to Ice Team Chick. She's on standby with interesting gentleman.
I know it's cold out here. Yeah, so what I'm from the hood? What that mean? This is one of me by myself with this crazy ass camera. Nothing. Hey, this is I Ain't Seen Shay reporting live from Farmcast News, and they got me out of the alley and cutting the hole by the rack. They got me out here by the couch, and we're out here watching all this crazy stuff. I'm missing my popcorn right now, y'all. So I saw some very honorable people out here, some proud Americans. I wanted to bring one of them on out so he can talk to you. His name is Portray OT. Come on, Mr. OT. How you doing, Mr. OT? How you doing, Mr. OT? Woo! How you doing today?
Hold on, baby. Yeah, I made it.
Mr. OT, I just have a few questions for you. You know, this is Washington, D.C., right? The nation's capital in January, and it's cold outside and you're out here in overalls. How are you feeling today?
Well, technically, it ain't been Washington, D.C. that long. I still feel like it's in the South, so it's pretty warm there for me. Ain't no winters, ain't no falls. So I might have been my
Okay. So, what brings you to the nation's capital today? I mean, I see all of these people out here protesting for their causes, and can you tell me, do you feel like the rights are being violated, is the Constitution being violated? I mean, what's going on? Why are you here?
Well, I'm here for the same reason everybody else that look like me here. I just want to see what the hell's going to happen. Now, I'm looking around. I checked a couple of clocks. This has been going on for hours. Last time I seen a bunch of niggas down here marching, their asses was in the ringer within 20 minutes.
So you're saying that you're surprised that there aren't a lot of troops out here, or special forces, or any type of squads out here with tear gas and smoke bombs and crowd control?
Hell no, I'm not surprised. Let me explain something to you. I know most people hear the voice and you probably think, yeah, that guy's something different. Don't let the accent fool you. We knew no one was coming. You know why?
Why?
You're not going to say it. I got to say it.
Wait a minute. Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up really quickly. Just one more question for you. Do you agree with the protesters today? Do you stand by the protesters? You say you're a proud American and you're very patriotic, Mr. Portray. So I just wanted to know, do you stand with these people out here? Or do you feel like there are injustices that need to be talked about?
Well, no. I would have stood with them, but there are rules to this thing. First of all, they say if you march together. And if you're gonna march somewhere, I don't think it's supposed to get let into the place that you're supposed to be, what's the word they use today, insurging on, or over whatever they do, when you take over a building. I don't think that the people that you're supposed to take the building from are supposed to open the door for you and do selfies and things. So I was like, this looks more like a play, or it looks like something I saw on the news or something I saw on Fox or something.
Okay, sir. And on that note, because I like my job, this is I Ain't Seen Shit Say.
Wait a minute. That's how you pronounce your name? I've been telling people your name's I Ain't Seen Shit for like 20 years.
Give me the microphone. Reporting live from Farmcast News. This is I Ain't Seen Shit.
I'm reading this room.
And I'm out of here.
Again.
I can't keep this professionalism up any longer.
Woo!
Damn, that was crazy as hell. See, I told y'all, man, you don't never know. See, this the thing, though.
Hold on.
This the thing.
Wait.
Where were they? Were they in D.C. or were they in the District of Columbia?
I'm more interested in this Patrol OT guy. This guy, we need to get him on the show. Yeah, what I talk about. Wow.
Oh, Portray OT?
Yeah.
Portray OT. Boy, oh boy.
So that's how you say his name.
Portray OT.
Okay.
Yes.
Portray OT guy.
Portray OT.
I was having trouble with it.
Portray OT.
That guy was, wow.
Yeah, those are things you see in DC, huh?
Oh man.
Nation's capital is something else. Well.
Yeah, we got another segment. Oh, I've been waiting on this one all day.
You've been waiting?
Oh yeah, because the segment is simple. It just says, let me get this straight.
Okay, well.
And
go on, introduce your segment.
Y'all did, how you gonna put it on me? I don't even know this guy. I just know he said the dope segment in and I wanted it on the show. So Here it is. Let me get this straight. I don't like nothing that you like, 'cause I know that you just like to lie. Hi everyone, DC Tidy Monster here, and welcome to Let Me Get This Straight. Where should we begin? Right there. Let me get this straight. You vote this guy out. This guy gets you paid when he says you're gonna get paid. You vote this guy in. Your pay instantly gets delayed. Not to mention, specifically the people that look like me, this guy backed the '94 crime bill that was responsible for the mass incarceration of a ton of American Aborigines. And speaking of Aborigines, let me get this straight. Damn! So y'all gonna act like they ain't just do the whole Indian removal act again on a helmet? Huh? Come on, man! Dog, they just wrote us out of history in our face. Y'all cool with that? All right, playoffs it is. Let me get this straight. Do y'all know who this guy is right here? I didn't see him on the football field this year. I didn't even see him in the trial. I didn't see no preseason workout tapes and nothing. So we gonna act like my man right here. He here no more. Okay, we'll skip past it. We'll scratch out. One now. Not to get too serious. All right, let me get this straight. That paper came out in 2018. And y'all still keep going to Africa to say Wakanda. All right, look, I just want to do this real quick. I'm going to run this down for y'all real fast. This is very important. This is no hate against Africa. Nobody on the other side of the water. We all can, melanin love, boom, boom, bop, bop, all that. Yeah, so check me out. Look, Wakanda is a Siouan word for Great Spirit. There's a Wakanda Springs in Kansas. There's a Wakanda State Park. There's a Wakanda Elementary. Did you know that out of the 21 locations in Black Panther, 11 of them were shot in the Americas? Did you know that more than 50% of that main cast is American? This is not to speech division. This is just to give a little history on the word Wakanda. It's not really a made-up thing that came from Stan Lee. Oh, no. It's an American Aboriginal word. And let me get this straight. I just told y'all some serious truth.
This is a Vizion production.
That's right.
Our sisters.
With a little bit of
T-H. Motherfucking C. That is some good shit. Yeah, was it? Oh, yeah. His story with a little bit of THC. High history. This is Lady Moet Beast, the Beast from Southeast, the gutter godmother of DC hip hop and rap, and the got tooth bandit herself. And I'm here to give you a little bit of high history. Now let's get started. Today's word is insurrection. That's right. Can you say insurrection? Well, let's see where this story takes us. Yeah, about that high history I told y'all about. Now that the J's put out, I'm going to give it to you straight from hers truly. So check this out. I'm going to give y'all the top 6 insurrections and rebellions in U.S. history. You ready? We're going to start with number 6. Shays Rebellion. In the years following the Revolutionary War, the United States plunged into a severe economic crisis. Tensions were especially high in Massachusetts, where overtaxed farmers began losing their property to debt collectors. In September 1786, a small army of disgruntled citizens organized mass demonstrations across the state. Led by Revolutionary War veteran Daniel Shays, the rebels eventually armed themselves and began preventing county courts from convening in the hope of curbing property seizures. Fearing revolution was in the air, Massachusetts Governor James Bowdoin responded by mustering a 1,200-strong militia led by former Continental Army General Benjamin Lincoln. In January 1787, Shays' forces set their sights on the Federal Armory at Springfield, Massachusetts. The battle plan was botched, however, and the 1,500 rebels were pushed back by heavy artillery fire, leaving 4 men dead and another 20 wounded. Only a week later, Lincoln's militia ambushed Shays' camp at the town of Petersham and crushed the main rebellion. Small skirmishes continued for several weeks, but most of the insurgent leaders, including Shays, were eventually captured. The rebellion helped influence the adoption of a more robust central government at the Constitutional Convention later that year, but it would not be the last time that economic troubles provoked a revolt. Tax disputes later led to both the Whiskey Rebellion in the 1790s and Friars Rebellion in 1799. Oh, y'all thought this was some new shit. How about this one? Number 5, Battle of Athens. In 1946, a group of veterans and disgruntled citizens went to war with the local government in Athens, Tennessee. The small farmer community had spent the 1940s dominated by a crooked political machine led by sheriff and legislator Paul Cottrell, who was known to rig elections in his favor through ballot stuffing and voter intimidation. Corruption ran rampant until 1945, when hundreds of young men returned to Athens fresh from the battlefields of World War II. After they had experienced repeated harassment by law enforcement, the XGIs organized their own political party and ran several veterans for local office in hopes of ousting Cottrell and his cronies once and for all. The battle unfolded during a tense election day on August 1st, 1946, when the veterans accused Cottrell of vote fraud. Armed sheriffs deputies began beating and detaining the GI poll watchers, and one officer even shot an elderly voter in the back. After Cottrell and his deputies confiscated the ballot boxes, barricaded themselves inside the local jail, hundreds of XGIs armed themselves with high-powered rifles and laid siege to the building. The two sides traded fire throughout the night, leaving several men wounded, but the deputies finally surrendered after the veterans began lobbing dynamite at the jailhouse. When the votes were counted, the GI candidates were declared the winners and immediately sworn into office. Their upstart political party would go on to restructure local government and clean up much of the corruption in Athens. Number 4, Richmond bread riots. By its third year, the Civil War had taken a bitter toll on the Confederacy civilian population. With their supply lines choked off and inflation soaring, many southern cities erupted in mass revolts. The largest of these bread riots unfolded in the Confederate capital of Richmond, Virginia on April 2nd, 1863. a group of armed, half-starved women descended on the state capitol and demanded to speak to Governor John Letcher. When Letcher shrugged off their concerns, the hoop-skirted mob marched down on the city's major thoroughfares, commandeered several supply carts, and began violently ransacking warehouses for food. The rioters' numbers quickly grew into the thousands as more desperate men and women took to the streets, many of them chanting "bread or blood," ignoring the protest of city officials. They broke down the doors of private businesses and supply houses and made off with food, clothing, jewelry, and other valuables. According to some accounts, Confederate President Jefferson Davis even addressed the crowd, tossing coins at rioters and pleading, "You say you're hungry and have no money. Here's all I have." The riot finally ended after the city's public guard arrived and threatened to fire on the crowd. Some 60 members of the mob were arrested, and the city would later place artillery pieces in Richmond's business district as a warning against future uprisings. Number 4. Oh, damn, y'all, that was number 4. I must be high. Let me keep going. Number 3, Battle of Blair Mountain. In 1921, the Wanda Hills of Southwest West Virginia played host to the largest and bloodiest labor dispute in American history. At the time, the coal-rich region operated under the thumb of powerful mining interests who employed thuggish private detectives to harass any workers who tried to unionize. Tensions boiled over in August of 1921 after company agents assassinated a pro-union lawman named Sid Hatfield. In response, as many as 15,000 miners, many of them World War I veterans, armed themselves and set off to confront the coal tycoons and organize their fellow workers. When they approached Blair Mountain in Logan County, the army of miners clashed with a force of around 3,000 defenders, marshaled by an anti-union sheriff named Don Chafin. As the miners advanced up the mountain, they were met with punishing rifle and machine gun fire, and Chafin forces even used a small air force of biplanes to drop explosives and tear gas. The battle raged for several days before federal peacekeeping troops finally arrived on the scene, at which point most of them exhausted miners returned to their homes or surrendered. By then, over 1 million rounds had been fired, and an unknown number of men, estimated ranged from 20 to more than 100, had been killed. The miners' defeat derailed union activity in the region over a decade, and some 1,000 workers were later charged with crimes including conspiracy, murder, and treason. Number 2, New York City draft riots. Only 10 days after the Union victory at the Battle of Gettysburg, New York City became embroiled in the largest popular insurrections in American history. The incident began on the morning of July 13th, 1863, when hundreds of young men poured into the streets to protest the federal draft lottery. New York was deeply divided over the Civil War, and many viewed the conscription law, which excluded blacks and allowed wealthy men to buy their way out of serving for $300 as a blatant civil rights violation. The demonstration quickly turned violent when the mob stormed the draft office and beat the city's police superintendent to a bloody pulp. As the protesters' ranks swelled with armed malcontents, the men marched through Manhattan and began ransacking and burning the homes, offices, and prominent draft supporters and other wealthy elites. The bedlam would continue for 4 days as rioters looted businesses, torched buildings, and brawled with police and National Guardsmen from behind makeshift barricades. Convinced that free blacks were a threat to the livelihood, rioters also beat and lynched several black men, demolished homes of others, and even set a black children's orphanage ablaze. Finally, on June 16, some 4,000 federal troops marched into the city and put the uprising down by force. While the draft will resume only a month later, the rise still left a devastating mark on New York. All told, the incident claimed the lives of more than 100 people and caused millions of dollars in property damage. And number one, y'all, get ready. Because if you thought what you saw at the Capitol in 2021 was some new shit, I'm going to bring it right on back to Wilmington insurrection of 1898. On the morning of November 10th, 1898, a throng of some 2,000 armed white men took to the streets of the Southport town of Wilmington, North Carolina, spurred on by white supremacist politicians and businessmen. The mob burned the offices of prominent African-American newspapers, sparking a frenzy of urban warfare that saw dozens of blacks gunned down in the streets. As the chaos unfolded, white rioters descended on City Hall and forced the town's mayor to resign, along with several black aldermen. By nightfall, the mob had seized full control of the local government. Some 60 black citizens lay dead and thousands more had fled the city in panic. While it took the form of a race riot, the Wilmington Uprising was actually a calculated rebellion of a cabal of white business leaders and Democratic politicians intent on dissolving the city's biracial majority Republican government. Once in power, the conspirators banished prominent black leaders and their white allies from the city and joined with other North Carolina Democrats in instituting a wave of Jim Crow laws suppressing black voting rights. Despite its illegality, state and federal officials ultimately allowed the power grab to proceed unchecked, leading many historians to cite the Wilmington insurrection as the only successful coup d'etat in American history. And that is your motherfucking high history with a little bit of THC from the beast from Southeast, right on Capitol Hill.
Nobody loves me, nobody cares, nobody gives a shit.
Hi, and welcome back. Yeah, we will neither confirm nor deny how we were affiliated with the gentleman you just saw in the last video. Let's move on to something more interesting. Hold the fuck up. Whoa. Let's stop this right now, because see, I got to introduce this clip right here. Fuck that. Let me explain something to you. Do you know the significance of what I'm about to show you? I'm going to break this down to you in 7 heavy-ass scenarios. First and most importantly, well, not most importantly, but first, this was the last show before Hit. And if you don't know what is Universal Symbol, okay? Now, that's about the worst thing about it all. Now, let's get into how wonderful this really is. Now, mind you, I've never seen anything like this in my life. So to be able to take part in what I'm about to show you was the most crudtastic, awesome shit that has happened to me after Mo. You know what I'm saying? After I met Mo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, you know. You still number one on the list. But check this shit out. I watched DC pioneers, DC greats. I watched a Parliament Funkadelic situation take place with Wisdom Speaks, Dana Renee, Stinky Dink, Tony Blunt, Lady Moet, Guess who got the end of motherfucking shit? I ain't never been on stage with all them at once in my life. Dan and Renee, I've known since I was probably a teenager. We was on the same label together a long, long time ago. Dink and Blunt, they're my big brothers. I've recorded with them. I've had chances to work with one here and one there. Play the drums behind this one. Play the drums behind that one, you know. Guitar, this, that, and the third, but I ain't never get called. Why they got called? And then, did some dope shit. I got a little freestyle on camera for me. Y'all thought that was for y'all. Y'all thought that was for me. I saw it. And then, to top it all off, my big bro Waff say, let me explain something to y'all. I know I'm just wrapping y'all up, but this was truly one of the most wonderful things that I've ever experienced musically in my life. And I want to thank everybody involved in this situation that I'm about to show you. Oh, I almost forgot. The icing on the cake. My motherfucking Leo brother from another mother, the international player himself, Choo Choo, was hosting it. And it was my man JoJo's birthday party. Man, I can't even keep writing y'all, man. Check this shit out.
On
give you some real old school. I'm gonna give you real old school. Ain't nothing but old school in the building. Here we go. Hey, are we talking about the kid? Yeah! Oh, come on, y'all. Talk about the tip, the top, the tip, top.
I put that bandage on, strike a pose. I be on my Russell Simmons shit, I sell track in my mama house. Me on the seed block to be the house. All the rappers in the city start coming through. Listen up, I'm about to tell these niggas what it do. Finland track, put shit on wax. Slide back through the night to get a couple tracks. DMO King, I'm platinum in the street. I'm sick of the mouthpiece. Dog anybody beat. I rock clubs, city where they be gang banging. When niggas catch a bullshit, leave your brains hanging. I've been rocking arenas. I'm a big dreamer. I don't fuck with misdemeanors in this city teamers. I run this shit from mixtape to go-go. We left Tokyo and flew straight to Puerto Rico. Give them what they want, boy, like a pole suit. Keep rockin', hip hop like a gold too. Red shoes, something red. Hey, look, I got my first red shoes, something red. Hey, look, we even got our shoes, red shoes, something red. Listen to me, I got my first red shoes, something red. Hey, you, keep right there, son. I still rippin', you know. Ain't no more comparing, ain't no more letting go. Let the show know. I put my foot in the man. years. 30 years later, still loved by your peers. Come on. Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Hey, rock, come on. Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Take it all, say what? Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Hey, Frank, what's up? Take it ain't shit, drinking and roll. Say it down. All of these, take it down, take it order. Let me straight for soda. Bring it out of walkie, come on, walkie, water. Catch me at the wall, push it, hey,
Now, before we get up out of here, I gotta lay something on y'all, man. Tonight I seen a lot of powerful people in this building. Men and women, you know what I'm saying? And if we collectively, you know what I'm saying? I like seriously, man. Sometimes you try and work with, you know what I'm saying, different people and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't understand how powerful it is to work together, you know what I'm saying? But they stay separate, you know what I'm saying? And if we connect, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's a powerful ass situation in this room alone. You dig what I'm saying? Like shit, real talk, I just had to get that for real shit. There's some powerful motherfuckers in here that can move people, that can move shit and make money. You know what I'm saying? There's money in this building. You know what I mean? Being real with you, you know what I mean? If everybody stop the bullshit and work together, you know what I'm saying? Just think about working together, you know what I'm saying? Break that shit, real talk. We got viruses and shit, got getting niggas chicken wing, all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? At least try and get some money before we get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? Work it, real shit though, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, these motherfuckers catching diseases and shit. Diseases and shit, like, real shit, dog. They done weaponize some shit on us. Got us scared as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Got good nigga chicken wing. That's some old other shit, man. You know what I mean? So stop the bullshit, let's work together and try and make some money, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers giving out money, like straight up. Like we've been gentrified and it's a lot of money in this city. And just look at the programs that they got to get the motherfucking money. Am I bullshitting? Am I bullshitting? I'm saying, so it's a lot of motherfucking money in the city. They owe, you know what I'm saying? Just look at it like that, they owe. We was here first, they owe. So get the money, it's programs out here, they get the money. You know what I'm saying? So what has fucked us up, to be real with you, it's a thing that we all call snitching or tattletelling. Now before I end my show at all times, I always talk about tattletelling. We got about 5 minutes left. If you don't mind, I'm gonna talk about tattletelling. That has been a plague of our town that helped us get gentrified more quickly. You dig what I'm saying? So let me lay this one down real thick, like brick mix, alright? Can't get no thicker than brick mix. Look at this building, can't get no thicker than brick mix, you know. And he labeled me a criminal, gangster, drug smuggling, hustling, mangler, street corner walking, trash talking, busting a banger. Rule my days and fuel my anger, programmed to be destructible, untamed and corruptible. That block is what they gave me a bring a law, supply nine, and send it for mine, life on the line. I got a family to feed, so things that be certainly more than what they need, but he didn't speak, more feet for maximum high. They can scramble like a talking around, I'm blasting them by. Seeing things not falling, must they head to the white meat on my street. Swear a lot of life and death me on a day-to-day basis, out of the same many faces, from the feds to the vice squad. They make my life hard, but anyway, that's just some fries to go with them shakes out there on your birthday, Camille. Yeah. They tattletelling. Hey, ha, ha, get it on.
Well, put that in your pipe and smoke it, mister. Now, that's some history for your ass. Well, this is going to conclude this episode of Moeham Mondays.
We will be back next week with another one. And we hope you enjoyed the show. Look forward to seeing you. Follow us at Cruddy Crankers Everything. If you're not sure, just Google Cruddy Crankers. See it? It's right there. Google that. Right there. Website. Hold on. Yeah, that's about it. Yep. I worked that out. And
Peace and Cruddy.
Peace and Cruddy. Choose to rise up. Don't doubt yourself.
You forget it, baby.
Come on, Shabbat.
Patriot, OT.